Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. We're going to dive straight in and see what's going on for you guys for the week of the 10th to the 16th of March. All right. Let's see what's going on for Taurus, please, this week, Spirit. Blessed. All right. You're feeling blessed. Now, this one is a little bit, I call it a bittersweet card. The feelings that you will feel is kind of understanding and calm. But there is the reason why I say it's bittersweet, if I can get my words out today, is because there could be some feelings coming up this week where you realize that maybe you dodged a bullet here. Something that you wanted, you will recognize this week that, okay, it was not the right time. I understand why things didn't work out, or etc., whatever the situation is, because you'll be feeling blessed. And I always say that you are in the middle of some kind of transformation when this card comes in. And sometimes we just want to get busy in the flow of life, right? We want to make that money. We want to achieve those goals. We want to be you want to keep moving, right? But this week, you are going to have the chance to slow down. And within that period of slowing down, whether it's by force from the universe or whether it's a choice, you're going to realize that actually, I'm really glad I didn't just dive all in because I'm not quite ready. Because I always say she's coming out of this cocoon or this chrysalis here. So her wings are ready, but the rest of her is still developing. So, I don't know what that means per se in terms of your life. What I will say is that you're still healing or you're still transforming. So jumping into the deep end when, you're not fully free from something, you don't want to do that. So again, kind of being in the slow lane this week is important. So we're going to dive in a bit deeper and see what they're talking about with that here. Let's see. Let's get you an animal spirit card here for the week ahead. For Taurus, please, Spirit. Oops, I didn't like the way that came out, but you have rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. All right. I like that. So now is a lucky time and blessed. So some of you could be seeing some blessings coming up this week, actually, which is pretty cool. Let's get you some more. Let's get two of these for Taurus this week. Any messages that will be important for them to hear or know about? Happiness, love that. I've actually not seen this card for a while, so that's good news. Good times are ahead. You deserve to be happy, and happiness surrounds you. And then you also have change, which kind of is very similar to that butterfly analogy of you are changing as a person. I feel like that's directly to do with you, and therefore the life around you will also change too as a result of that. And actually, number one is about self as well. So make space for the new changes coming. Allow change to unfold naturally. That's an important word. And I'll just show you this one up close and personal. And if you do love these earrings, the link is down below if you want to check out the website where I got them from. But anyway, let's dive into, just because I saw them shimmering over here, glistening in the light. Right, let's see. For the gorgeous Taurians out there, can I get a message from their angels? Thank you. Freedoms. Let's cover up the nudity before YouTube bans me. Freedom. And that's interesting. I was going to say that word. I don't know if I did say it already, but I was going to say that word when I was speaking about the blessed card. Gaining your freedom. You're not fully free from something is what I said. So you're gaining that, which is awesome. All right, let's dive into your tarot. That is what is next for you guys. Let's see, for the gorgeous Taurians out there, one card out for the overall energy of this week. The Queen of Wands. Okay, now this is interesting because the Queen of Wands is kind of in the spotlight here. So I wonder if you're gaining some attention right now. Again, that could be in terms of maybe love, because the Queen of Wands is known to be super attractive. But just your energy in general is changing. You're becoming a little bit more, I don't know, like I'm just getting the sense here that your people are just noticing you more. Like you might realize people are complimenting you or talking about you a bit more. It feels good, by the way, so it's not a bad thing. And even if it is bad, it's only because they're jealous. And I don't want to sound like somebody's mother here, but it's true. When the Queen of Wands comes in, she's a beautiful person inside and out. The only reason why people hate her is because they ain't her. So that's all I'm saying. Taurus, people will only despise you because you have traits that they cannot obtain. All right, that's their own reflection. So don't worry too much about it. But Queen of Wands is really good. It's about having great ideas, being more optimistic, feeling more, I want to say stable and strong. That's not the actual meaning behind that card, but because of that lion in the background, I just really feel like you're focusing a lot more on the good things. And I think that's a change for you. that might be something you've been working on a little bit lately. But anyway, you're getting a lot of attention, and this is also a really good card in your career as well. All right. But it's interesting. I'm going to clarify this, but let's see how you are showing up this week. How is Taurus showing up this week? One card out for that energy. Temperance, very strong Sagittarius energy coming in with this card. All right, so this is about taking it easy. Like I was saying, it's actually your wings are not just butterfly wings, they're angel wings. You're gaining your angel wings. What does that mean? I don't know. Anyway, right. Temperance, being grounded, right? She's got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. So it is about being able to dip into your feelings and kind of, I feel like it's about duality a little bit there as well, but keeping yourself grounded and also balancing things and taking a pit stop. So again, this week might be a little bit of a break for you, or at least one where you're slowing down a little bit, or taking a break could just be that you're not pushing yourself as hard. And I like that in a temperance energy, because save that for the rest of the journey. I always say with this card, the sun is that sun represents your dreams, your goals, your success, your joy, your happiness. It's always going to be there. And you are going to go and obtain whatever it is, achieve whatever it is you want to achieve down this path. But for right now, you're not rushing something. I like it. You're slowing down. Again, if that sounds scary to you, find out why that sounds scary to you. Because it's like you're slowing down in a good way. This week anyways, it's just 7 days. Let's clarify this though. Temperance is also about reconciliation, finding peace in a situation, balancing certain things. Could also be a good time where you are testing things out in the meantime, whatever that is to you, hobbies or future projects. All right, why is the Queen of Wands the overall energy of this week? They're saying Alchemist. Overall energy of this week, the Knight of Swords. One more for this. Justice. It's interesting. And the Queen of Wands is just there again, just to clarify that, yes, Spirit is here. This is what you're supposed to talk about. Zeta. Anyway. So the Justice card being about balance, gaining justice. So wherever you've been wronged, I feel like this week you are kind of correcting that. Where if people have judged you, misjudged you, I'm going to say misjudged you, or things have been done to you that were unjust, that is something that you are gaining justice back from. But it feels a bit like revenge, but it's not revenge per se. You're not going out after it. You're just changing who you are as a person in a good way. Like you're just becoming your best self. That's what it feels like. And whatever that means to you, the Knight of Swords is also about being determined as well. So the energy of this week is that there could be an opportunity coming up this week. Again, you're not rushing into anything. No one's going to pressure you this week, so they might try. But I just feel like you're in a power position. You're in a powerful position. So even if that Knight of Swords comes in and people accuse you of something, or people jump to conclusions about who you are, I feel like you're going to gain that justice. These are the same people who will come back later on who will say, do you know what? I misjudged you, Taurus. So it's interesting. And this is where the Queen of Wands is coming through again. Is like, this is a really important time to be unique. So going against the grain is going to be important. And it's not just doing things against the grain. I feel like it's just your personality. There's a part of yourself this week that wants to do things differently. And again, at first they judge and they laugh, and then next they ask you how you did that, right? The Knight of Swords and Justice. I do feel like you're going to get a message of justice here. So again, I don't know what that is to you, but it's coming up. Let's see what the Temperance card is about then. Why is Temperance in their energy this week? The 6. So all of this is about balance. So you're really creating balance in your life. And I'm hearing where things were once blocked or stagnant, things are starting to slowly change through very, very small details. Virgo energy with the 6 of Pentacles. This is a card, again, where the scales are being balanced because you're paying attention now to what you're giving your time and energy to, what you're worried about. You know, wherever your energy, whatever you're focusing on is where your energy is going to be going on. So maybe before you were too busy caring about what other people thought about you and trying to appease everybody, becoming a people pleaser, whatever it is to you, I have no idea. But now you're actually balancing it out. You're taking time out for yourself. You're prioritizing yourself. I don't know what this message is. I'm just going to keep saying what I'm seeing here and just allow it to resonate with whoever. This could be a really good time as well, where you're kind of changing the way that you deal with finances. I don't know why I'm seeing that. I'm seeing like putting something somewhere else, or I don't know. You're just readjusting and realigning yourself and your life to match who you are. So for some of you, maybe people pleasing, but for others of you, I feel like it's living someone else's, working towards someone else's dream. This could be a good time where you're like, okay, what actually aligns with me? It's interesting, right? So you're balancing things. Love it a lot. All right, good time to focus on your health and on healing, because Six of Pentacles can be about that. What are you doing on a day-to-day basis? I always say that this could be about like making sure that you're drinking enough and eating the right kinds of things for you personally, making sure that it's what you're doing on a daily basis that's going to contribute towards your goals, right? So let's see what your challenge is then this week. What is the challenge that Taurus might face during this week? The Four of Pentacles, so that stagnant, stuck energy. And I don't know if it wanted to come up reverse or not, so I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to clarify it just so I can double check. Why is the Four of Pentacles here as a challenge for Taurus this week? Four of Swords, challenge, and the Moon. Interesting. Now, I feel the thing I like about this, actually, I will take it in the reverse, because it fits with what I'm about to say. As I was saying, like, you're kind of, did I say it? I don't know if I said it this way, but you're lifting the blockages where things were stagnant. Remember, I said that things are no longer stagnant, which is interesting, because what they're showing me is a waterfall or this kind of water that's been blocked, like almost like a dam that's been stuffed up with leaves or whatever. Like it's clutter, or it's been stuffed up. I don't know. And by the way, water can represent feelings and emotions, and so can the moon. So for some of you, this is really what I'm trying to say is you're addressing old feelings as well that are coming through. You're finally letting things go, because again, with that water, I feel like you're actually fully addressing something, whether you intend to or not, whether that's the way that the week is working out for you, that things are finally flowing. And now I'm getting a different imagery than I ever have from this card, of where this flow is, again, whatever the blockage has been. You're feeling blessed that now that you can start to see this. I don't know how I want to describe this for you. I hope you guys are getting the visual that I'm saying here, because it's like it's finally flowing out again, and maybe it's filling up the pond. I don't know. It's like maybe things have been quite dry lately, or there's been I don't know how I want to say it. It could be emotionally, all right, because again, the moon is about hidden feelings or hidden things, or I always get it as that, mainly hidden feelings. And the Four of Swords is you're addressing that, and maybe it's just things that you felt were hidden from you, right? With that Justice card coming in, like you are gaining truth and balance now. And justice, should I say. So I wonder if things are now coming out about the past, or you're now starting to understand and make sense of things, or you're finally addressing certain feelings that have been hidden. But they're showing me a bit like a waterfall, or just a pipe that's finally gushing with all this water, which is a good thing, because now it can fuel everything else. I don't know. Anyway, so the Four of Pentacles, like I said, was the stagnancy. The challenge is that now you're having to let things go. And I don't know what that is for you. And it may feel difficult for some, but it's ultimately a good thing is what I'm getting here, because this is a stuck, stubborn energy. So, and where you may have been stubborn, maybe you were the one that was holding that water back. I don't know what they're saying here, but now you're letting it all out. Now you're addressing it fully. Addressing it so you can actually heal something or understand the depths of something. I don't know. So you can move forward ultimately, because it just feels like something is difficult and that's why you've prevented yourself from doing it. Or again, there were some feelings that needed addressing first. I just feel like whatever you've been delaying or whatever has been stuck or blocked is now kind of like free flowing. And it may seem very all at once at first. Again, I have no idea what I'm talking about here, guys, so it's going to resonate with someone. If you have no idea, it's not your message. because it just feels, the moon is very difficult, but the trick is with the moon, you have to keep moving forward. You can't stop here. If that makes sense. You can't just bottle it up and hide it away. You shove it under the rug here. You kind of have to go through it, is what I'm trying to say. To get out on the other side. It's like a tunnel. I don't know what I'm seeing here, guys. Anyway, let's see what your advice is then from Spirit. What is the advice that you have for Taurus? The Hermit, reflection, analyzing something from a higher perspective, right? From a place of wisdom and understanding. What can we learn from it, right? Asking the right kinds of questions or looking at something from the right kind of perspective. Let's clarify that. Again, Virgo energy. So paying attention to the details and the things that maybe you once missed is really important. But this might also be very similar to the Blessed card, where you're having to rise above something in order to understand it or look at it differently. Okay, the Hermit climbs the mountain in order to see its path differently, and where it's about to go, to find the answers, basically, to reflect upon something. Right, Hermit energy as the advice. Maybe it's a good time to speak to somebody, right? The Hermit can also be a teacher, a guide, a mentor. Why is the Hermit the advice? Three of Pentacles, so building the right kind of foundation, especially in terms of your career. Maybe you're doing something solo, or maybe you're reflecting back over a plan here to change it, most likely. One more for the Hermit. Why is this the advice? The Devil. Interesting. And that feels like really addressing where that Devil energy is in your life. This can be more about like material world stuff, whether it's your material wealth, that kind of materialistic. Let's say materialism. I don't know. Maybe that's something that you're addressing right now, but the Devil is also about fears. Okay. Maybe some difficult lessons, or even your shadow side. That could be something that you're finally like allowing yourself to understand, that side of yourself, I wonder. Three of Pentacles. That's your foundation. So the Devil being fears, the Hermit being analyzing those fears, understanding from a place of wisdom, not being a victim of it, of whatever that Devil is to you. If it's a person, if it's a situation, if it's a thought process, if it's a feeling, or whatever makes you feel chained up, right? Instead of being in the chains, you're looking at it from an outsider's perspective, as if you're out of it already, and that might help you. I don't know, guys. I'm not gonna be very honest with you. I feel like I'm speaking in tongues here. So again, it's just it's a riddle. It's not for me, so it's not gonna make sense for me. So that's, as a reader, it's not always gonna click. But if it resonates with you, please let me know what this is about. Again, what you're achieving here is happiness. So whatever that Devil is, has been the thing that's been holding you back from it, right? It could be bad habits and addictions. All right. So whatever you've been addicted to, if it's a person or obsessed about or holding on to, comfort zones, whatever it is, that's what you're addressing now. From a different perspective, right? It's from the different perspective. Anyway, and that's where you're gaining freedom. It makes sense then. In the area, please, Spirit, of love for Taurus, so we can dive into a little bit more detail. For Taurus in terms of love. The Knight of Wands. So this is a good card for dating. I don't like it per se. It's nothing stable. I mean, it could mean that you might be traveling with a love interest. If you're single, the Knight of Wands could be a particular person who brings a lot of fun and adventure into your life, but it's not a very committed card. So it depends what you're looking for, but it is a good card for dating and experimenting or flirtatiousness. So if that is what you're wanting, then that's cool. Maybe that's how you're addressing it. I don't know. The Knight of Wands, new experiences, new people, a good time to meet new people if you're single or dating. All right. Could be some good experiences coming up for those of you who are in a relationship currently. Okay. But if you're with someone and you're not quite sure if they're committed to you and this card comes up, I would say they might not be. Just for someone out there if you needed to hear it. But let's see for your career and finances. I don't know what that was. Career and finances for Taurus. the Chariot. So yeah, you're moving forward. You're chasing your dreams, chasing your goals. And what is that? Longevity. Could be, trying to start a really successful career or a company, whatever this is, financial goals even as well. The Chariot says be balanced. Make sure you're balanced first, and be very clear on your goal, because as soon as you start going after it, you are going to be in the right direction. Should I say you're in the right path. Also with the Chariot, you might have to leave your comfort zone in order to achieve the goals that you're looking for. So don't be afraid to do that, right? It's a major arcana card, so it's a major thing you have to do. But it's for the sake of your goals, right? This is calling for your determination when you're ready to. Again, I feel like you're dealing with some other stuff right now, but don't be afraid to leave your comfort zone or leave behind the old way of doing things, what you're familiar with, in order to achieve the things that you want in your lifetime. All right. Now, what's coming up in the unexpected this week? Two of Pentacles. You're going to be unexpectedly quite busy trying to balance things, trying to juggle things here. It's interesting. And I feel like that's because you got a lot going on right now. But again, there's a lot of balance coming up, and maybe that's something you were not expecting here. That there's a few things calling for your attention that you might have to deal with this week. All right, my angels. So that's what I have for you. Messy reading in my perspective, but again, if it resonates with you, then let me know if it makes sense. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.